day 10. I've already done most of my stuff today, but I'm just gonna re-record this because my mic sounded like it was in a trash compactor. If I sound a little annoyed, I'm really sorry. I just, I feel like there's something new when I'm trying to record this every single day. So, it was 15 minutes that I just lost. This is the most I've ever lost, so there's that. I leveled Xialing for the most part, where you just need her weapon. Her weapon's the only thing. I have artifacts on her now. She's at a 50-50, which is honestly completely fine for her. But you're mainly looking at getting her energy recharged to 200%. So I'll probably get that to 200% when I get this to level 90. So that's my main, that's what I would aim for. The 50% crit rate is just being generous so that her weapon actually activates. And tomorrow, we will be working on her weapon, of course, but after we do her weapon, we will be messing with Mulani. Mulani has just her artifacts and talents to worry about, and her boss. So a few things. I have a lot of these resources already though, so I recorded me finding these. I mean, it was a little boring, but you at least got to watch that. That was fun, but you know, not anymore, because my mic, again, sounded like it was in a trash compactor. Like, I couldn't even, before, when we had issues where I couldn't, you can hear me, at least you had the game's audio that was good. This was like we're talking the old PS4 plug-in controller microphone. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It was bad. And so I'm not going to make you guys deal with any of that footage. I just am going to re-record this bit and see what I can find. So, what I was here, I'm going to... This. We'll collect. Okay. I'm gonna look for a little bit more of this. So, I was talking when sorry, I didn't mean to stop talking that long. That was kind of bad, but maybe you guys like some silence. Before, when I was recording this, I was talking about a new video series, not video series, but a new game I was going to play, and I was going to bring to you guys too. I'm not going to say what it is yet. If this reaches people, I think by the time this does reach people, I'll probably have already started it. But if this reaches people before them, you can comment to guess. It is a game that came out this year. So, if that helps, it helps. If you don't end up guessing, yeah. But I'll end up, actually showing off a little bit more of the promotion on it before I do it. But yeah, that should be fun. I'm excited to play the game. It looks really good. I've really only been playing this in Destiny for a bit. Oh, the music here is so nice. Get free roam because I have Mulani. You guys, it was, I think, what, 2 months ago Mulani came out? I was gonna start a little bit, earlier, but my PC, it's really bad. It's really bad. We're not talking any joking, if you can think of a PC that's bad, like a toaster oven, that's what my PC is. The only reason it's working as intended is because the person that gave it to me, again, it is given to me. That's how bad it is. They gave it to me not working at all. They said, fix this. And it had a lot of money put into it. So what I mean is this is a like old desktop PC that you'd see in your grandfather's house. But the difference is this kid that gave it to me, he put a new power core into it. He put a new graphics card into it. And he put, I think, new RAM sticks. They're not nice ones, but I don't think the stock would have came with the RAM sticks that I have now. But he bought that, and then he bought an SSD for himself because reasons. I gave him that SSD back because he wanted it. But so, funny enough, the only problem with it is when he put all those new things in it, while he was using it, I'm not even lying, he blew up the motherboard. And if I'm talking into a little bit of gibberish to some people who don't understand what I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter. Just know that he blew up the thing that makes the entire thing work by putting in expensive parts and an old piece of equipment. So, very, very, very funny situation. But so all I had to do to get it to work was replace the motherboard with a nicer one so that it could handle what it was being given and like applied to it. So basically it's like a PC that's almost completely non-stock now. It has a new graphics, or it has a new almost everything. And I bought SSDs for myself for it. But the funny thing is, it's not because it is. So this is gonna be hard to explain if you don't know what I'm talking about. So this part is a little bit less. Hey, anyone can understand this. But basically, when you have older motherboards, the one that it is this old desktop motherboard. Okay, these motherboards were made for commercial use. They were used for, and they had processors made very tiny, and they were not used for gaming. So in the last 20 years, we've made better processors for gaming. Those gaming processors are then made bigger, they're made different, they're made with more stuff on them, okay? Our motherboards were made bigger with more stuff on them. When I bought a new motherboard, I had to buy a motherboard that fit the processor that was in there. This old i3 processor. So, if you know anything about computers, you know that processor doesn't really matter. It's not what's making all my issues. The issues, if anything, are coming from the RAM stick. Again, this part really is not understandable if you don't understand PCs, but basically, to reform back to what I was saying, I had to buy a motherboard that fit the CPU that was old, really, really old, but I had to buy a nice motherboard because then it would have blown up again. So, I had a conundrum, and I had to find a specific motherboard. That was an issue, doozy, if I do say. But, so, after that entire process, basically, I'm trying to not lose my spot, I then found one. It took a very long time, but that motherboard only fits old CPUs in it. So like, even if I wanted to upgrade the CPU, I can only upgrade it to an old i7, which would be like an i7 used for a office computer nowadays. Like, it's a nice processor with quotation marks, but it's like, it's nice for office computers. It's not nice for recording 1440 gameplay like I'm doing right now. It's just, if I wanted to upgrade all these things at this point, like my best off decision, unless I want to keep wasting money in this, is to just buy a new computer with mostly new parts. I can still use the power core. Again, this dude bought a brand new graphics card and power core. The graphics card is 3 years old now, but it's still a nice graphics card. I don't know what I'll do with it. But yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, like, little odd story, but overall, it relapsed in me getting a PC, so I'm not complaining at the end of the day. I don't have a PC that's usable for more than streaming sometimes when it wants to let me, and very, very, very rarely, not very rarely, at least once a day having a crash, which is not fun. But it works. I can get videos out to you guys, build an audience before I get a nice PC. Because if I get a nice PC, I'll have to do all this process, figuring out this stuff, while also having spent a lot of money. So, on, like, because, like, this PC is usable. Like, because I had to do the whole special motherboard with Office things, it didn't have a Wi-Fi adapter. It's Etherneted because that's how old computers were usually. So it has, like, I had to buy a adapter off the internet, and it is not the best. Like, it works, but it doesn't work as good as, say, actually having a motherboard with the Wi-Fi in plug-in. So there's my shortcomings, and I am more saying that you get what you get. You should never complain. I still have a PC at the end of the day. Yeah, funny things. Kid really blew up his PC with putting up a bunch of really nice stuff in a really old computer. I thought that was really funny, and I told the mechanic that helped me work on it. I told him exactly what happened, and he thought it was so funny. So, if any of you PC users are watching this, tell me about it. This kid was like 13 or 14, trying to build a PC. Like, I don't understand. I was not able to do that at that age. I didn't have the money, and I don't know, man. But I'm gonna just do a quick story. It made me feel better, actually, and now, to be honest, because I was in such a bad mood after losing that 15 minutes of recording. So tomorrow we'll level up Xiling, and we will mess with Mulani a little bit more. Pause. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys. Or the next day. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to.